Let us solve the exercise number 3 in the part B of operating system lab. In this exercise, we are supposed to write a shell script to accept student name and marks in 3 subjects through the command line argument and find the total marks, average marks, and grade depending upon the average marks. I will straight away head to the Linux over here, and I'm going to open the Notepad QQ. The first thing that you need to do here is you need to save this file. That is the first one, because otherwise you won't get the syntaxes. You can use the, if you don't want to save the file and still if you want to get the, let me just zoom out here. Still, if you want to get the, just click here and zoom out. Okay. Still, if you want to get the syntax highlighted, you can click on the languages here. You can notice the languages, and under this languages, you go to this yes, and you will get the shell. You search for the shell script here, okay, or you can use the bash if it all it is here. Okay, there are two options which are available. You can go to the bash script. I'm going to zoom in because it's a bit difficult to zoom in and zoom out. So let's go here. So bash, select the language as bash. So if you are familiar with the notepad, this is the same story that you are using in the notepad also, but my advice is just to save this file and go to the proper location. Let me say I'm going to go to the my location, and I will go to the, under my location I'm going to click on the, this is my login, and I'm going to go to the documents, and I have saved everything in the my exercise. I'm going to just double click over here, and I will give the name as exb3. You can give any proper name, but I'm going to just give it and just save it. So this is the easiest way. Whenever it finds the proper extension, it's going to just highlight the syntaxes, which is easier because when you make a syntax error, you can easily find out that you missed the syntaxes. So the first thing that we need to do is we are supposed to supply the arguments in the command line. So we will check whether the all the 4 parameters are supplied. Which are those 4 parameters? You know very well. First, I am supposed to give the name. So I'm supposed to type the name, then marks in 3 subject like 45, 65, 70, 88 or something. So the altogether I need to supply 4 parameters. So if these 4 parameters are not supplied, then you will give a error message. Now, for the sake of completion, I'm going to put the shebang here, but it is not required that you put this, learn this thing for the examination. It's not really required. This line is not really required because it's not going to make any difference during the examination. So I will start the program from here. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to check if the number of parameters that are supplied, if it is not equal to 4. Remember, I have supplied the name and marks in 3 subject. Name plus marks in 3 subject will make the number of parameters as 4. If it is not supplied, so then I'm going to give a message to the user saying that enter all, enter the value, where is it, enter the values for all parameters. Okay, I'm going to just give a message like this, and I'm going to exit this one with the code 1. Okay, and let me close it. Now what is this exit with 1 is, you have studied this story, even though you have done it in your C program, you are not very sure about what it was trying to do. See, when you wrote the C program, you wrote like int main. This is what you have written, and within this main, this is C program, not the one, you said return 0. So you were returning 0 or returning 1. So that's the same idea. I'm returning 1 here, saying to the operating system that this script did not executed properly. Okay, so that's the meaning of it. If I return 0, it just means to tell the operating system that the script executed properly. Now let us come back to the all the three parameters. So what are the three parameters that we were supplying? We were supplying the name, okay, and marks in three subject like 45, something like that. Okay, so we will store all these values which are supplied in the variables. So I'm going to start with the first variable called as name, and I'm going to store the first parameter. How do I get the first parameter? $1 will give me the first parameter. So this is going to give me the first parameter. Whatever name you type, you are going to get it there. Let me go with the marks M1, and marks M1 will be $2. This is the second parameter. So this second parameter is this one, and so on and so forth. I will not waste my time. I will use Control C and Control V in the same story. So this is M2, and this will be third parameter. This is M3. This will be the fourth parameter. So you got all the four parameters. That is name, marks in three subject. This is for just reference purpose. I've used it. And now let us go ahead and let us do the calculation. What is the first thing that we are supposed to do? We are supposed to calculate the total. So I'm going to say total is equal to, okay, dollar, and I'm going to open the expression here, that is M1 plus M2 plus M3. So this will calculate the total for me. Let me calculate the average. So average is nothing but so let me put the average. Remember, average you have to use the built-in calculator, that is the basic calculator. So how do I do that thing? First of all, I'm going to echo this one, echo, and I will set the scale as 2. So scale equal to 2, and then I'm going to do the actual calculation. So that is total divided by 3. So this will give me the average, and I'm going to give this to pipe it to the BC. Okay, so what it is trying to do, so what are the things that I have done here? So scale equal to 2, what is the meaning of saying scale equal to 2? Scale equal to 2 means it is 2 precision. That means 55.34, 2 decimal places, not 346 like this. Otherwise you will get many fractions. So scale equal to 2 means you are only restricting yourself to 2 decimal places, okay, like 335600, something like that. So after decimal places you are doing like this, okay, this one. What is BC? BC is the basic calculator that you have it here. So if I go and open my console here, okay, and if I just type the man on BC, so man on BC, if I just type like this, so you are going to get this calculator. So this is an arbitrary calculation. BC is the calculator that calculates many things. So BC has a minus L here. It will load the mathematical library. Okay. So what you are trying to do here. So let's look at what you are trying to do. Let me just type this part. Okay. So this part here, and I'm going to just paste it here. Just paste it here. Now remember, I don't have the total now here. I don't have the total. So just assume that total after calculation you got the total as 156. You got the total. Just assume that this total, when you do the M1 plus M2 plus M3, you got this value, some value. I'm just randomly typing. So what it is going to do now, if you type like this, what you're going to get? So this will say scale equal to 2 to the calculator BC. It's going to say that scale equal to 2, that means 2 decimal places you are supposed to do it and do this calculation. So 156 divided by 3, I want only 2 decimal places. So what is the next part that you have done? I am saying this pipe. Where is this pipe? If you are wondering where is this pipe symbol, near the enter you will find two symbol, this symbol, that is backslash, not this one. This is the division symbol, the backslash. Shift and that you will get the pipe. So that means to say that you are sending this part, remember, echo This means the output of it is scale equal to 2 and the actual value. You are sending it to the basic calculator. You are supplying it to the basic calculator. So what the basic calculator will do, it will divide this number 156 divided by 3, and you notice that two decimal places are being given. Now suppose if your value happens to be 157, suppose if that's the value, you get two decimal places, 3 as a two decimal places precision. So you are going to get the BC will do this calculation 157 divided by 3. This calculation is done by the BC here. That is the calculator, basic calculator. So this is what you are doing over here. So you are going to get something, some average, 52% or 53%, whatever is 99% also you may get it. So you get the average. So I got the average here. Get done. Now I have to do is I have to calculate the grade based on the average. This is what the problem says, calculate the grade based on the average. So I'm going to start with the if statement. So if, okay, so I'm going to start with the if, and I will start with the expression here. So if, okay, because I have to do the same thing. So remember, the calculation, that is if x greater than y. See, remember, generally you use like this. Okay? You use like this. If say average, this is not the way, is greater than 90, then grade equal to, you will do this thing, but it is not going to work with this average. What is the reason? Average, you have already seen, average is a floating point number, that means decimal number. This greater than, less than, not equal to, you are familiar. So less than LT, not equal to NE, all those things will work with integers. It won't work with the floating point numbers. So this is a floating point number, and the this kind of typing NELT or all those things will not work. You will get an error message saying that the argument is not an integer one. So what you are supposed to do in this case, you have to use the calculator. That's it. Okay, so I will use the calculator. So I'm going to say, I will type the same thing. So this is same story. Okay, this whole story I'm going to type it, but only with the small minor difference. What is that small minor difference? The small minor difference is, instead of doing this part, this is not what I want. See, grade is calculated. How do you calculate the grade? You may say the grade is first class, second class, third class, or grade A, B, C, D. I will use A, B, C, D grade because it is faster to type. Okay, and you know I'm a bit lazy, so this is easier to type as compared to the other one. So I'm going to say echo. I don't need the scale now, because scale is only when you divide something. Now you are just comparing it here. So what I'm going to say, echo AVG, this is the average. There is the A gone. AVG, this is the average. I've calculated the average here. AVG, and as usual, is it greater than or equal to 90%? Okay, so is it greater than 90%? Don't put extra space there. Okay, and I'm going to use the mass library. This is not one, this is L. Okay, so I'm going to show you this man and BC. So what I'm typing here is, if you go down here, I'm typing this L for maths library. Okay, standard math library. So that is what I'm typing. This is not one, this is math library. So what it is going to, I'm going to just type Q here. You can notice the Q, type Q to quit. So I will quit that. So what it is going to do, let me just show you this one. Let me control C and get the prompt and just paste it here. And what, this is not really required, this dollar is not required. Okay, so first of all, let me just show you what this is going to do. Now remember, average is a variable. Now just assume that you got 94.344, something like that. average is just when you calculate it, just assume that the average you got it is 94.44. So is it greater than 90? So what is your answer, and what is this answer? Let's see that the answer is 1. That means it is true. Okay. Suppose if you say you got the answer as 84.44, 80.66, let's say. Okay, so this is too much. Let's say 66, 46, whatever, it's 47, whatever, some number, you got some number. Okay, so is this greater than, what you are saying is this greater than, so you are saying that 84.7, is it greater than 90? You are asking it with the calculator, with the maths library loaded. This is minus L is a maths library loaded. This is minus L. Be careful. It is not the 1. So don't be careful with that. So the answer is 0, because 84.47 is not greater than 90. So that is the meaning. So either you get to 1 or you get to 0. If you get the answer as 1, that means this statement is true. If you get the answer as 0, that means that this statement is false. So only thing you are doing is that. So you are saying whether the average is, you have calculated the average. Remember, here I have just typed the value for the average, but in your script you are going to calculate the total, and you are going to calculate the average. Now you are saying whether the average is greater than 90. If it is true, you are going to get the answer as 1. Let me just put one space there, and let me complete the if statement. Then as usual, then you say that grade, let me take G as the grade is A. This is simply, I'm just putting some value here, grade. L if, that is else if, the same story. I'm going to just copy these two lines, control C, control V. Okay, what is our next choice? If it is greater than 80, I'm just putting some value because they have not given any specific way to calculate the grade. So if it is greater than 80, the grade is B. Okay, same thing, else if, I'm going to copy these two lines, control C to copy it, control V to paste it. Else if it is greater than 70, simply I am just putting simple values over here, the grade is C. Okay, again let me control V to paste it one more time. Else if average is greater than 60, just I am just putting some value, it need not be, see, because they have not asked us what is the actual average. Okay, again I will not paste it, even though I can paste it, but I will not do it. So the finally I'm going to say the grade is F. Okay, enough. Yes, that's enough. And as usual, every if must close with the else if, the end if. So you have the if closing with the end if. Now let's go ahead and let's echo all the result. So I'm going to put dash 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 so that it looks beautiful. And let us start with the one thing. So first one, echo student name, student name. Okay, and a dollar name here. If you notice the name, I've taken it as a name here, so I will take that same variable name. This is the variable that I've taken here. You notice that this is the variable name. Okay, student name. Okay. Then what is the next thing? Echo total marks. So let me type it in, total marks. Okay, and let me put a semicolon. Let me just put it here itself, total marks, and dollar total. I have calculated the total here. You notice this total that I have calculated. Okay, if you want, you put the space here after that, because it's not going to make a difference. It will simply go to the next line, echo, and average, let's say average marks. and let me say dollar AVG. I've calculated the average also here. Notice I've calculated the average. And finally, I'm going to say echo. And what is the last one? You have the grade. The grade. Let me just put some spaces and just bring it here so that it looks great. And I'm going to say G for my grade. Okay, so G, I see the variable I've taken it is G. Okay, so G for grade. You can type grade also, full variable name, but you know very well during the examination typing lengthier name could be disastrous. So just put dash 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 after this. So this will be the end of your program. So just to save it, save your program and go to the my computer. Okay, my documents. You can go to my computer also, or my documents, wherever you want you can go it. Okay, you get this my computer, and within my computer you can double click here. My document is directly available. I will go to the document folder, and my exercises are there. In my exercise, I'm going to double click and open this one. Now don't think of double clicking on this one. Don't double click here. Go to the tools and open the terminal. You can press F4 for opening it. So I'm going to open the terminal here. So this is my terminal. So you notice that it will take me to documents and my exercises. And what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to say bash. Okay, and exercise. Remember, Linux is case sensitive, so be careful. You just type ex and b3. This is your exercise b3 dot sh dot sh. Okay, press enter. So what you get is it's going to tell you you have to type all the parameters value which I have not typed. Okay, so I'm going to use the up arrow. You can just type the up arrow and start typing the name. So name, I will just type the name as say Sheila. Okay, name is Sheila. Marks is 56, 67, 77, 3 marks. Press enter, and I think there is one minor problem with the echo. Otherwise it is all proper. Student name I have not got, some problem is there. Line number 8 equal to Sheila, something command not found. Let's say line number 8, and then you have name, total is there, grade is there, some minor problem is there. Let's look at what is that minor problem. So the first error what we got is command not found in the line number 8. So let's go to the line number 8 here, and let us try to get the name as we got the name as dollar. Oh, sorry, I have typed the dollar. Sorry, the it is not a dollar, it is a name, just the name, like m1 m2 m3 name. So I just typed this dollar there, so I just got the error. Let me correct it and then save it. It is good that some error has occurred. Otherwise what will happen is I will run the program smoothly and you get the error, you don't know where to look here. So you got the error at line number 8, and that is what it is trying to. That is what it is trying to say, but I got the error at line number 8. So you just look at this line number and it just says, and next time it just said line number 33 you got some error. So let's say let me run it one more time and just see. I've saved it, just save it and then come to the prompt and then run it one more time, and now you have the Sheila is coming, total is coming, grade is coming, everything is coming, but you have a command not found at the line number 33. So let's fix this problem, and the problem is I have not put one space there. Just save it. Okay, I have not put the line number 33. It's going to tell you which line has that problem. Line number 33. You just look at the line number here, and it's going to say what is the problem. Just save it and then run it one more time, and you get the answer. So you got the Sheila, marks is 200, and so on. Let me just change the name. Let's say Ravi. Okay, and let me give the first class mark 95 and 97. Okay, um, let's say 91. Press enter, and you have the Ravi with the 93%, 94% with the grade A. So that is what you are supposed to do it. That's all in this exercise. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.